Deadwood is the name of my N-scale model railway set in Western Canada in the 1970s. The layout was started in 2011 and I estimate it to be approximately 85% complete at the present time. Construction continues. My presentation provides first a brief overview of Deadwood, followed by the running of trains, and will finish with a word from my sponsors. The real Deadwood is a small city located in the state of South Dakota in the American Midwest. The gold rush in the late 1870s led to the town's foundation and subsequent drunken and lawless notoriety. Deadwood attracted Wild West luminaries, including Wyatt Earp, Calamity Jane, and Wild Bill Hickok, who was killed there. My Deadwood is an entirely fictitious town and locale situated somewhere on the Canadian Pacific Railway main line in south-central British Columbia. The countryside is mountainous and is interspersed with valleys used for cropping, grazing, and horticulture. The layout Deadwood occupies the back third of a shed in Canberra, Australia. The lower photo shows the view of Deadwood through the shed window. Deadwood layout takes the approximate shape of a horseshoe extending along three sides of my train room. The layout is a bit more than 3 meters from sidewall to sidewall and is of a similar depth. On this track diagram, the main line shown as red runs as a continuous loop around the outside of the layout to return along its inner side. The two blue tracks are double-ended passing sidings. The fiddle yard shown in green has 7 storage sidings. It is hidden from the town of Deadwood in front of it by a removable backboard indicated by the dashed brown line. The layout is divided into 3 scenic zones. The left-hand side is mountainous and features bridges, tunnels, and a lake. The section along the back wall is flatter farming country, whereas the right-hand side includes the town of Deadwood and its associated industries. To illustrate Deadwood, we follow a freight train as it emerges from behind the fiddle yard backdrop at the bottom right and winds its way around the layout loop in a clockwise direction as shown. The total length of the mainline loop is 17 meters. Here is my freight train coming around the corner from behind the backboard from the fiddle yard. The train is being pulled by 2 British Columbia Railway SD40-2 3,000 horsepower diesel locomotives and carries a mixed load of grain, spare parts for agricultural machinery, and porcelain toilet bowls and wash basins. The train crosses the main road into Deadwood. Deadwood is a town of about 4,500 people and is a regional hub for the handling of freight, agricultural produce, and petroleum products. Its nearby mountains and lakes are a mecca for outdoor sportsmen with excellent hiking, boating, and fishing. Also, Deadwood is known internationally for gumboot throwing. The local gumboot throwing team, the Deadboots, were world champions in 1976. A loaded coal train from the Elk Valley coalfields in southeastern British Columbia waits for us to pass in the passing siding. To the right of our train, behind the Shell gas station, is a section of the layout under construction, including the station area and a freight distribution facility. Waiting to greet us in the farming section of the layout are 4 young mooners showing us their better faces. After crossing Route 67, which is the main road into Deadwood, the line heads into the mountainous areas along the left-hand side of the layout. Here, our train crosses Lake Lafroig, named after the whiskey that comes from Ireland, Scotland. Lake Lafroig is known colloquially as Frog Lake, which is often shortened to the Frog by the locals. After crossing the Frog, the train runs through a tunnel and reappears further around the lake. The train snakes its way round an as yet unnamed mountain and wends its way towards the farming section of the layout in the distance. Some canoeists are seen enjoying a sunny, calm day on the Frog. Water skiing and fishing are also popular on the lake. Returning through the farming section of the layout at a higher level this time, our train passes McDonald's farm. Old John MacDonald specializes in raising cattle and sweet corn for human consumption. His wife Flora is seen hanging up the washing. Flora is renowned throughout the district for making the very best pumpkin pies in the area. We'll leave our train now as it returns to the top end of the fiddle yard behind the backboard. In this clip, we take another trip around Deadwood layout, this time in the cab of an SD40-2 diesel. The journey starts about the same place as the previous clip. We cross the main road into Deadwood. The loaded Canadian Pacific coal train is still waiting in the passing siding. On the right, we pass the white foundations of Deadwood Station yet to be built. In the distance, past the parked locomotive, is Nat Salvage, which collects just about every kind of scrap material. As we round the corner, the largest undeveloped section of Deadwood is evident on the right. This area will be developed as an oil storage and distribution depot in times to come. Coming up on Route 67, we see that the Mooners are still entertaining passing trains. And across Lake Lefroy. This is the oldest part of the layout. The tunnel portal dates from 1899. Past McDonald's farm. Approaching the layout construction zone on the right-hand side. We are now entering the Deadwood fiddle yard behind the backdrop. We emerged from the fiddle yard past the point where our train journey started. After crossing the road into Deadwood again, our cab ride ends. And now some words from my sponsors, whom I thank for their moral support in making this film. For your next visit to Deadwood, why not let Hiram and Gwen Silk be your hosts at the Sunset Motel? Close to the town center, the Sunset's rooms are clean, inexpensive, and usually free of bedbugs. Looking to buy a car? A to Z Motors has a wide selection of quality used cars at affordable prices. Let Herb Schonk, our sales manager, put you into the car of your dreams. All our cars are sold with a peace of mind guarantee. If your purchase breaks down within 100 miles of it leaving our lot, we will pay to have it towed to the nearest garage. Hungry? For quick service hamburgers and a range of deep fried treats, Dee's Diner is the place to go. Our legendary Dodo Burger will kill your appetite for a week. Just ask Tyrone Spiv, here seen trying to pick up Lily the waitress, along with the burger. Deadwood has a surprise visitor. The Santa Fe Super Chief, a passenger train which normally runs between Los Angeles and Chicago, has been caught in a space-time singularity and has magically appeared in Deadwood. In my view, the Alco PA and PB units pulling this train in their war bonnet paint schemes are the best-looking diesel locomotives from anywhere ever. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching.